Yesterday, it's been announced to everyone that bandits chased out a village in Niger State. 6 to 8 local governments in Niger State is under bandits. You remember this Niger State is the biggest state in Nigeria, 76.3 thousand square kilometers of land. They can't feed themselves. They can't feed Nigeria. They can't export anything. Yet Niger State has more fertile land than Holland. Holland without water is 33,000 square kilometers of land. And last year, the agricultural export, under wind and everything, is $120 billion. But Niger State can feed itself with 2.5 times their land. If they did only 1%, they would have earned $1.2 billion. At 650, it's 750 billion, which is almost 4 times their budget. We can't continue this way. This country must be productive. It must have the children of this country. We must give the youth opportunity to anything. We cannot continue the way we're going, where people like me, all they do is to steal public money and waste everybody's time. It cannot continue. Go to Taraba State. So many local governments in that state is under bandit control. Taraba State, same thing with Borno State. Borno State is 70.9 thousand square kilometers. They can't feed themselves, they can't do anything. And they live in such space that even the Sambisa forest of here is 60,000 square kilometers of land, 3 times Israel. And we call it a forest, but it's a farmland that can be productive and add value. But we fear to go there. And it goes on and on in every other state. In Taraba State, they can grow tea, they can grow coffee, they can grow flour. Even our neighbors, Kenya, exported flour last year of over $500 million. Ethiopia, over $1 billion in coffee. So many other countries, and we can grow it. But we're not growing anything. We're not doing anything. Small countries that were worse than us yesterday, like Vietnam. Last year, Vietnam exported total goods export over $350 billion. We couldn't do that. Vietnam lives on 331,000 square kilometers of land, a third of our land, and 100 million, half of our population. The real just will take time and come and tell you what we want to do. We just want to save this country. That's why we're going around to stop and be able to speak to people in the north, people in the south, and everywhere. And next year, the nation should not be on ethnicity, should not be on tribe. Out of 62 years of this country, 47 years, the North have been in power. It has military of Sweden. Yet the temporary state is in the North. So there's something wrong. It should not be an issue of religion. Muslims don't buy food cheap. Where the mosque was built in London was a free land by the way. He's not a Muslim. Christians don't buy food cheap either. In Dubai, the area of Dubai gave Kelly Church the land and built the church for them. Yet it's a Muslim. So nobody should bring religion here. And we don't want people, I and Hattie, don't want people to vote for us because of where we come from. I don't want anybody to vote for me because of an evil man. No, but because I'm from the southeast. We don't want pity. It's not by turn. It is turn of Nigerians to take back their country and run it like any other country. I want everybody who is contesting this election to come and tell us where it's coming from. What is he going to do? I've governed the state. My background is known to everybody. But it's not something I'll tell you in private. But I've governed the state for 8 years. And I've said, if you're talking about fighting corruption, go to the state and government and ask them whether they are looking for a penny of their money. To even show that I've governed it faithfully. The real day I left office, I was not owing salary pension, gratuity. No contractor ever executed job that was being owed by Anambra State. No supply was being owed by Anambra State. And I left in 3 banks, out of which your son is one of the managers of one. I left in Access Bank, run by my brother, Ike Iboje. I left there $15 million, over 10 billion naira, for Anambra State. I left the Diamond Bank, $50 million, over 10 billion naira. And I left the Fidelity Bank, $50 million, over 10 billion naira. And the day I left office, till today, Anambra has never bought me a bottle of water. Because I told them, no law. If you want to serve, you come and serve and go home. You must have another job before you come here. It is not this, politics is not a job. It's a vocation that you come and serve and go home and go back to your job. And that's what I've been doing. So my vice presidential candidate had built 2 universities. Personally, we're entrepreneurs. We went to the best schools in the world. So there's nobody who can tell us anything. Those who are serving the United States today, every country of the world, went to the similar schools that we went. So we can be able to say to them, if you're Prime Minister of Britain, if you sit on the and say, I'm an alumni of Oxford, I will tell you that Peter B. also alumni of Oxford. Those who say that if you Cambridge, you will claim the same thing. Whatever anybody wants, we are the same. So if we can go to the same school and they are performing in their country, we want to perform here. We want to build Nigerians. But we don't have Nigerians. We want to give the youth future. We have talented youth, too much energy. We want to put resources in their hand. We have vast uncultivated land in the north. That's our next oil. That's what we want to. We want to unlock it. We want to be able to tell Nigeria that it wasn't a misplacing that will find out your place. To start building it. But build a government of empathy. If there's fraud, we'll go sympathize with people. Show that there's governance, that there's government. A bridge fell in India. The Prime Minister went there. People are under fraud here. Nobody has visited them. Instead, they're even being made to feel their pain more by telling them that they were warned. How can you say we warned them? Would they carry their hands in their head? What's the For your Royal Majesty, I'm still making my appeal. I'll call for private audience, where I will be able as the father. And I'll show you, as I conclude, in our government, we will consult, we will be learners, we will come to refer people like you to seek guidance. Leadership is learning. If you can't learn, you can't lead. We will do it by learning. We will make sure that the rural fathers, respected fathers like you, are placed in a position where they will feel dignified, respected, and be able to be part of what we're doing. Because we're not going to sit in our and sit down with you gathering stakeholders and say, this is what the people don't want. We don't want to do it from Abuja. We don't want government to be run from Abuja. We want government that will be responsive and responsible to the people. And we're going to build that. Your Royal Majesty. Thank you.
Oba of Benin.
Oba of Benin.
Dear wife, members of your entourage, vice presidential candidate, distinguished members of your team. It's a pleasure to see you. We heard so much about you. Just to ask you to please confirm one or two things, if it is possible to do it in your own. But we welcome you on behalf of my chiefs and members of your family here present. You're most welcome. Thank you very much for coming. I look forward to your private visit. Your Excellency, somebody showed me a letter. Where land was given to you in your state, and you politely returned it back to them, that you don't need it, that you are there to serve, and so on. You said something like that when we were talking as well now. Correct? I wanted you to confirm. I saw the letter. I was wondering, is there this social media? But this is not social media because I saw it physically. I read it physically. I saw a copy of it, even though it was an electronic copy. So I was wondering if it was a social media gimmick or something, where something like that was given to you and you simply politely turned it down, that you are there to serve and also. And when you were talking a while ago, you made reference to an offer that was made to you, and you told them that they should serve the state with humility and so on and so forth. Is that correct? Please be upstanding.
Precisely correct. Before, that I said it in even my campaign, the Real Madrid said, if anybody sees a piece of land allotted to me, my wife, any of my family members, directly or indirectly when I was governor, I stopped campaigning.
Your Excellency, yes, a whole lot of temptation in the office of the president of any country, a lot of power. Are you saying to everybody here that you will do your best to resist such temptation? Again.
Your Majesty, I and that have said that we must fight corruption. Corruption kills a society because it kills entrepreneurship. Nobody thinks in a corrupt country. It kills professionalism. We can't have professors paid 400,000 when we have councillors who are being paid over 2 million. No, we must reverse that. And it kills hard work. In a corrupt society, government officials are richer than business people. We must build wealth with enterprise. So we fight corruption. Everything that remains. I will not take public money, and I'm sure that's not what we want to do. We want to save Nigeria, and we can't save it by stealing.
Your Excellency, I don't want to appear to put you before a panel of interrogators. However, before the Vice I understand I'm not sure he was fully introduced, because I also understand that he owns base university. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oba of Benin. By the grace of Almighty God, I own Base University. And mid this year, I was also licensed to have Baba Ahmed University. And Base University has given birth to the biggest private hospital in Africa, Your Royal Majesty. Your Royal Majesty, the story of the Great Benin Kingdom is a flashpoint in the arrest of development in Africa. So when the artifacts were announced to be returned, immediately I jumped and I made contact with Germany. And this university is interested, Your Majesty, because about 300 years ago, your subjects who were able to do these artifacts definitely could have by now, if not arrested, they would have developed the microchip, so we are going to space. We're here to work with Your Majesty. And one of the stories my boss had was that when 360 members were offered the houses in Apple Village, I was the only one out of 360 that did not buy the house because I did not agree with the principle. Thank you, Your Royal Majesty.
Mr. Vice Presidential candidate. One more thing. Your older brother is actually a member of Arewa. Is that also correct?
Oba of Benin. Your Royal Majesty, yes sir. Dr. Hakim Ahmed, the spokesperson for Arewa Consultative Forum.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So you can see, Your Excellency, that we try to keep up with current affairs, historical affairs, current affairs, and I will just carry on a little bit from here that I was informed that his older brother in Arewa also that the Arewa group is also very supportive of you, Your Excellency. See, the reason why I mention all this is to confirm what many people have heard, what we have heard, what we know. You know, they say that we don't leave the palace, but we hear many things. You know, we hear many things. In Benin, there's a saying, an old adage, that the Oba hears, has many information, gets many information from different angles of his body. We are by a heaven. Leave the palace, but sometimes perhaps we project our spirit out of here to get information here and there. There are those that keep on arguing that Gabi is only popular on social media platforms. That when the time comes, we're not going to get anywhere. Structures are not there. That is all noise, etc., etc. So I don't, I'm surprised at many, I'm surprised, I'll tell you, Your Excellency, many people that seem to be what they call obedient, that seem to be obedient. I don't know what they say when they are. I'm just, just out of curiosity, I've asked a small child, I've asked an old man, middle age, to just get a sense of what is really going on with this new guy in town. Do you know Peter Obi? I will ask the little child. Surprisingly, they will say yes. I said, how do you know Peter Obi? When I say little child, I mean little child, between 12 and 14 or so. And the old men also gray-haired, 90-year-olds and all that. So I wonder if these people that are saying there's only social media, if they have anything, let me not go there. Because here, as I always say to everybody here that's come to us, we pray for everybody. We ensure we maintain neutrality. We ensure we tell everybody, drum into their ears, that the Benin throne is non-partisan. We try our best to remain father of all. So I thank you very much. Good luck in your campaign. We look forward to receiving you in your private visit. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, journalists.
Talk with former Speaker, President of Parliament.
So are you from Benin originally?
Edo State.
Correct.
We have proven a point again.
Yes.
We are never going to lose any steam.
Yes.
For those who have said so, I made it clear.
Yes.
These are statements coming from I-7.
Yes.
These are statements made by people who have lost confidence in their masters.
Yes.
And we have said
Yes.
that no matter how much you try to disturb an idea that we build, you will never ever be able to destroy it totally.
Yes.
Today, that idea has been brought to the fore, and we have made a statement. Yes, we were, as a matter of fact, guarded here and there. We visited one location there, you can't have it. You get to the other, they say you can't have it. But today, we have the Baptist Convention ground to deliver the message to the people. So for us, frame up with Labour Party, frame up with the chairman, frame up with all good many persons who are members of the party and supporters. It's so more that we can deliver to the people of this country in 2023. Thank you very much. Sorry? I am Comrade Ogbaloy, KSE.
My name is Comrade Oba. I'm a candidate for Edo State House of Assembly representing Oba East. So as you can see today, it's 100% sure for all obedient family. Edo State is more and more, in fact, super more obedient. For me, I just want to give all the obedient family and my incoming president for my constituency, Oba is 100% obedient, and no one will be left out. So we have to take the revolution. The revolution is now, and this is the main time we have to make sure that let the people enjoy the dividends of democracy. So now is now.
Your name again?
My name is Comrade Osareme Agboniso, candidate representing Oba East constituency in the Edo State House of Assembly.
Okay, your name, please.
My name's Terry Prince Osemeje. I'm the Ikpobaha youth leader for Labour Party, and I'm also the councillorship candidate for Ikpobaha Ward 6.
Speak briefly on today's event.
Okay, today we have our presidential candidate and his vice. They visited Edo State, and they actually proceeded to Edo North and Edo Central, and actually ended it here in Edo South. And as a matter of fact, you can see that all the people who are wanting for a better Nigeria, who needs Nigeria to move forward, actually came out en masse to ensure that they come to show their solidarity for our presidential candidate. As you can see for yourself, everywhere was jam-packed. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Ambassador Terry Prince Osemege.
Your name and designation, please.
My name is Engineer Sosa Yahweh, House of Rep candidate, Labour Party, Oredo Federal Constituency.
Okay, just speak briefly on today's event.
Today's event was overwhelming. It clearly showed that people are ready to make the real change, and supporting Peter Obi is like supporting everybody's conscience in Nigeria. My name is Engineer Sosa Yahweh.
Okay, please. This is the obedient land jet. It's a jet developed by young inventors of Edo State. Due to our passion and love for the obedient movement, we thought it wise that it is imperative that we should produce something like this as a way of propagating the obedient movement. Because one thing that caught our attention as young inventors, we said that it's going to take our nation from consumption to production. So over the years, we found that the government not always encourage local inventors and innovators. So we believe that the coming of our bill will encourage young inventors like us. Instead of going outside the country to sell our idea to foreigners, why can't we produce our jets here in Nigeria? Why can't we produce our cars, planes, phones, and other technological-based innovations here in our country? It's very possible. We have the brain. We have seen a lot of young inventors and innovators who have done great things, but they lack encouragement. So we believe as young inventors that Peter Obi will encourage young inventors massively and take our invention from the laboratory to the market space. That is what we want. We want job opportunity for our youth. When the youth are deeply engaged, crime will reduce, insecurity will drop. So what we are saying as young inventors is that Peter Obi straight to Abuja, Abuja all the way. I am Engineer Dan Agbe Asazabo. I'm the National Speaker of the Nigerian Inventors and Producers for Good Governance.
Name and designation.
Well, I'm come with Barrister Oba of Benin, Publicity Secretary, Labour Party Ward 10, Igor, and National President Nigerians for Peter Obi.
Okay. Speak on today's event.
Well, today's event, I would say here that is a demonstration of the revolutionary movement, or let's say the wind of change that is currently blowing across the country. Something that has never been seen before in the annals of this country. I think the only presidential candidate that has gotten so close to this is the late Chief MKO Abiola of the June 12, 1993 presidential fame. So I want to say it here that this movement is a people's movement. And from historical experiences, if you are conversant with history, you will discover that when it comes to the people's movement, no bullets and no force on earth can stop it. By you seeing Nigerians coming out from different walks of life is a demonstration of the fact that Nigerians have been posing their hopes on the man called Peter Obi. It's the demonstration of the fact that Nigerians are tired of bad governance. It's the demonstration of the fact that Nigerians want a better life for themselves. Yes. It's the demonstration of the fact that Nigerians want a country that will work for them and work for their children. It's a demonstration of the fact that Nigerians are protesting against the current state of affairs in this country. So, like I said before, this is a revolutionary movement. And when you take a look at the Labour Party, like all Labour Party in all over the world, the Labour Party is not just a party for workers. It's a socialist party. It is a party that has come to establish a welfare state in Nigeria, a state that will cater for the needs of every Nigerian. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I am Barrister Oba of Benin. Barrister Oba of Benin.
Well, we are here in Benin for our presidential campaign. Mr. Peter Obi and Senator Yusuf Dati Ahmed, they are here to talk to Edo people. And Edo is a place that has been very supportive of the obedient movement in Nigeria. A lot of young people in Edo State are obedient. Even their leaders and elders are very obedient. So this is a state we are very hopeful that Labour Party will win in the 2023 presidential election. And we have come here to meet with them. You can see the beehive of activities out there, the youths they've gathered at the arena where we will be going shortly. The whole place is already filled up. We've just come to pay courtesy call on the Oba of Benin, His Majesty. This place is his palace. And very few minutes away, the presidential candidate and his running mates will come into this arena and we'll pay our courtesy visit and proceed to the rally ground.
Your full name?
Yeah.
Your full names?
My full name, Senator Victor Ume, OFR, former national chairman of ABGA. You know me now with my